Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon whenever you are watching this video. Today I will break down a Graves Wood and teach you guys how to pet in Season 14 with the Graves Jungle and how you can solo carry games and how you can get massive leads in the first 10 to 15 minutes, which is the most important part of the game for every jungler. And in this one, we are facing a Rek'Sai jungle who got her mini rework recently, and if you want to know more about her rework and how Riot changed her kit again, then definitely check out my short about her changes. Basically, Riot's idea was to make her a more bruiser type of champion again instead of her assassin style, but I feel like she needs at least one more buff before she can become a good jungler again. But she is playable, she is decent, she is just not as strong as she used to be. And let's break down the lane matchups as well. On top lane, we have Malphite against Fiora. They both have TP, and because we have a Malphite who doesn't have that much CC early on, besides he's slow, and Fiora is quite mobile, it's definitely not the lane we want to pet towards, because it's pretty pointless to gank a Malphite. He will be a tank anyways, and he doesn't mind being weak-sided. And on the mid lane, we have Swain against Yasuo, and Swain will get the lane trio early on. So it is definitely a lane we want to pay close attention to, because it might be a potential gank for us. And by now, you should know that we will pet towards bot lane and we will strong side our bot lane because we have Smolder with Janna against Twitch and Lux. They will most likely will trade a lot, and because of that we can expect a lot of action around both side. So we saw Rek'Sai for a second and we see her CS number, which is 12. So she did Raptors Red and Krugs, and now she is trying to dive our bot lane because this war spotted her. And as Graves, we ended up on our wolves. If you predict this gank, even without this ward, you are expecting something like this to happen. You can skip your wolf and move to the bot lane ASAP. But if you're not predicting this, then that's still totally fine. If as soon as you see Rek'Sai, you start moving and you are ignoring your wolf, because I see this all the time that people are staying on their camps for no reason while the enemy team is trying to dive their bot lane or mid lane, whatever. My point is, whenever you see a dive like this, which is about to happen, when you notice the enemy jungler is moving towards your lane and you can expect a dive, then what you should do is leave your camp, move to the play. That camp is not as valuable as potential kills or potential kill even, and being able to protect your lane from dying, which is way more valuable. If you can protect your laner from dying, they can reset right after, and you prevented the enemy team from being able to make a play and potentially snowball out of control. But in this case, Graves is going to be the one who is going to snowball. We have a nice roam from Swain, and because of that, we'll get few more kills. This Lux is dead as well. But this play would have worked even without Swain, in the sense that we can still kill this Twitch right here, and after that, we just keep doing our own thing. So after the scuttle, you want to recall here because as you can see, we have a bunch of gold. We can buy our Dirk. Right now, we want to move towards top lane because we are on base. We are almost at 4 minutes, which means I talked about this yesterday, but I talked about this in my previous videos as well, about the tier 2 camp spawn timer, which is around 420 for pretty much every jungler. Of course, some of them are farming a little bit faster and they might get it at 415, but in general, a 420 timer is what you are looking for. And your tier 2 camps are more valuable than moving towards your boss side. And I also talked about the fact that why most junglers hate Krug camps and how most people at lower ranks will fall for this trap. They will look to take their Krugs, but then they are stuck on that side lane. In this case, if we kill these Krug camps, we will be stuck on the top side and we will have to gank our top lane. We only want to do Krugs if we want to gank top lane. That's the only case you want to path towards your Krug camps. If not, then your Raptor camp is about to spawn as well. So in that case, you just move towards your Raptor camp, which gives you way more options where to path next, right? Because after your Raptors, you can gank mid, you can look for top. If there's a free gank opportunity, you can move towards your bottom side camps. Basically just have way more options, right? But in this case, top definitely looks gankable. My Malphite doesn't have that much mana, but by the time I get there, he will have enough for a Q. And because this is high elo and the bot wave crashed, this will give my support a roam timer. Even if this Janna does not gank top lane and Graves comes here alone, he would have killed this Fiora anyways. So now we cleared our top side after the gank, and this is what you want to do in general. This is how you find the right balance between farming and ganking. So basic rule for junglers, if you want to balance farming and ganking and have good enough pressure on the map while having high CS numbers, after you finish your first clear, it could be 3 camp, 4 camp, 5 or even 6 camp, and after you finish your clear, you look for a gank, you kill someone, doesn't matter if it's a kill or assist or whatever, you will look to reset. And after your reset, you spend your gold, and after you spend your gold, you will look for another gank. And the reason for that is you are at that stage stronger than your opponent because you spend all your gold. Gold alone doesn't provide any value, right? The stats provide value. But if you don't invest your gold into stats and you are not buying your items, your gold is pretty much worthless, right? So this is what we did. We spent our gold, we got our dirk, a longsword, and boots, and then killed Fiora. After that, since we already have our laners, or I mean in this case we have not just our laners, but ourselves as well, since we got a kill, we then went back into our jungle, killed our Krugs, killed our Raptors. And again, after we killed 2 camps and us being efficient, now we can look to get another objective, we can look to make another play around the map. And if you want to be efficient as a jungler, you definitely want to clear all the time at least one of your quadrants. In this case, we got our top side quadrant and then made a play. After our play, if we have enough gold, we can recall. If there is another play opportunity, then we can look for a potential transition gank on the mid lane. If not, then we can look to get our bot side, or we can look to gank top lane. We farm our camp, we look for another play if we have enough gold. In the meantime, we recall for the item and keep repeating that process. And the reason why after our Raptors we are doing Void Grubs here is because Rek'Sai should be on bot side. And you might wonder how we know that. Well, it's simple. Rek'Sai started on her red quadrant level 1, right? She started Raptors, red Krugs. And because of that, and after that, she decided to gank bot lane, right? After she ganked bot lane and she died, her bottom side was down still. So what she could have done in that case? Well, her only option was to move top because she died sooner than her teammates, and because she died around 3 minutes or so, we know that her bottom side camps were still down because those camps are down until 420, right? So her only option was to move towards top side, clear her top side quadrant, and by the time her bottom side is spawning again, so now she should be on her Krugs. And if we check the map, this is where she is. And sure, now she can make a play on both sides, we can counter that play and trade equally on the opposite side of the map. And Void Grabs, like I said, these camps give so much XP, it's amazing for any jungler. Now let's actually check how much XP these Graves gets from killing these camps. Yes, I always say that look to get your opposite side before trying to make a play here and get an objective on the other side of the map, so this way the enemy jungler can't punish you. But in this case, we had the free opportunity, right? Because we knew that Rek'Sai is on the bottom side. We had to make a play on top side. We had tier 2 camps on the top side anyways, and those camps are more valuable. She is killing only level 1 camps, right? And we are getting level 5 void grabs, right? Because the neutral objectives are scaling based on the average level of the both teams. It doesn't scale based on how often you kill them, not like your camps, right? Your bottom side is whatever, even if Rek'Sai steals them from us. Even if she does, then she basically does a favor for us, and the next time we get these camps are way stronger and provide way more gold, so we don't have to spend time on on this useless level 1 camp. So we get the void grabs, and look at the XP. We got almost a full level worth of XP, and now because Rek'Sai shows up and because our Swain died on the mid lane, we look to reset. And we also have, well, we had a little bit more than 1000 gold because our top side camps will be still down and the next objective is on the bottom side. Now we can move towards bot. The bot side play was over. Our AD carry died, our support died, they traded, and now we have a small opportunity where we can finally reset our camps. But let's not waste too much time on this camp, because let's just kill the camp on the way towards dragon and look for a potential play, because we don't want to waste our power spike, right? Because we just got a fresh reset from base and we have more gold spent than our opponent. So we want to use that small window and abuse that small window until we can. And we don't want to spend that time farming our own camps. And because we are uncontested, we can get a free dragon, and after the dragon, we can look for a bottom side play. And then guess what we are going to do next? We will fall back into our jungle. If I'm Graves here, let's not stop for this ward. If the enemy team insists on taking this fight, just move. Pay attention if your Janna hits her Q or not, which she did. You don't get stunned by a ward, so just keep moving. And if they overstay, just look to kill them. Look to fight them. If they want to take that fight, then you should be more than happy to take that fight. We got enough gold to get finally our Yumus, and again, after the reset, guess where we are moving? Our bottom side is down, and our top side just spawned. Is there a potential play on the top? Well, of course not, because we already just died. Paying close attention to the mid lane, because if there is a potential play on mid, then we want to join that fight. He started his raptors, but as you can see, as soon as he saw there's a fight breaking out on the mid lane, just like when he stopped doing his walls, he stops doing his raptors as well. And this is the habit you want to build as a jungler. You want to join fights whenever you see it's a good fight, and whenever you see you are on power spike, you are ready to fight. Like in this case, if we look at our items, we have Yumus and boots. Meanwhile, Rek'Sai has Tiamat. Our mid laner is even in items compared to Yasuo. I would say even he's slightly ahead in terms of items. We have Janna here, so if I join the fight while I'm 3-0 with item advantage, there's no way that we are not winning this fight, right? And this is what's happening. Where would you go next if you are Graves? You have your Raptors, but that's not how you snowball your lead further, right? The way you snowball your lead further is by looking into enemy jungle, trying to track the enemy camps down and see what's going on, because we just killed Yasuo and there is no way that Rek'Sai, who is so behind in items, can look to contest us or even stop us from stealing her camp. That's a good position to drop a pink, by the way, especially in lower ranks. If you can drop a pink wall into this spot in the enemy jungle, I would say 80% of the junglers will never check this bush, and you will have vision here for the rest of the game. And because of that, you get free vision. You can see anytime the enemy team is crossing. This ward spot is not that great for a pink ward, but it's decent overall. And my other favorite ward spot is right here. It's this bush. So I can see when they are on their red buff, if they are moving towards the dragon, if they are moving towards their... Doesn't matter where are they moving, I spot them with this ward. So this is another amazing ward I like to place in the enemy jungle. And of course, I like to drop a normal ward into this bush as well. But obviously, I don't like to waste my pink ward in this bush because obviously people will pass through that bush, so they will spot it. So now Yasuo is already up. Our mid laner needs to reset soon, and Fiora has prio. So right here, this, even though it's a good invade, it's being more and more risky. So as soon as you get your blue buff, you want to get out of this. Let's push this scuttle towards your mid lane, but then do not look for a fight. Just get out, start walking. And these Graves does the opposite. But yeah, and he dies because of that. Yeah, so if like even this scuttle was already like really risky, but you could easily get away because of your Swain, right? So if you don't take that fight and you start running towards your jungle, especially because you have Yumus, you just get away. So definitely get out. Yes, I know you are strong. You are stronger than the enemy jungler, but if they come free with you, then definitely not even you are strong enough to deal with them. And anyway, like Yasuo is a burrowing champ to face as Graves. So just get out in this scenario. If you have enough for your item, then reset. If not, get your raptors and then reset right after. But anyways, after our reset, this is what I like to do in general. From base, if I'm not looking to gank side lane, where my crack camp is, doesn't matter if it's blue side or red side, I like to move toward my raptors because, like I said earlier, from raptors, I have way more opportunities to go for next. I can go mid, I can go bottom, I can go top side, I can go for bot lane gang, top lane gang. I have way more opportunities. Meanwhile, if I get my Krugs, then I'm pretty much okay, I have to gank my side lane, or I have to get an objective. But if there is no objective and there is no gank opportunity on the side lane, then I'm pretty much screwed, and I have to walk all the way down. And for that much effort and for that much time, the crack camp alone is not worth it. Get your raptors. If you're not ganking side lane, if you're not betting towards an objective, then look for an X play. If there is no play opportunity, then farm your camp, and eventually you will find a good play. Eventually you will find a gank opportunity. Because what I see, especially in lower ranks, is that people farm one camp, and because I and many more YouTubers and streamers tell them to look for a play on your power spike, what they do and what I see in my coaching sessions is that they will get you their raptors and they are just walking around the map looking for a play. But that's not what we meant to say by that. What we meant to say was get your raptors, look for a play. Is there a play mid? No. Okay. Then is there a play top? Okay. No, there is no play. Then I just move towards my wolf and then check again. Is there a play mid? Is there a play bot? If yes, then I skip wolf, or after my wolf, I go straight there. And this is how you stay efficient. This is how you stay relevant. And this is how you keep your lead after you already got the lead. So next, just get the wave. It's not worth chasing them. You don't have the CC for it. Now, we don't have any camps up, right? Now we can do the walk, and now we can look for a potential play. And now we were efficient because we cleared all our jungle camps, and now we are looking for a play without wasting time, without wasting efficiency. And now we can walk back towards our blue buff, right? Get our blue buff, depends on how much gold we have. So we have 900. We will soon have enough to get our collector. Now there is another play on bot, and because of that, we want to counter that. Unfortunately, we died. Now, again, we do the same path we did earlier, move towards the raptors. Okay, we can get the mid wave, so we're gonna get our mid wave first. But anyways, I only want to break down the early game because this video is already so long and I talked about so many things, and as always, I only wanted to break down the first 10 to 15 minutes. I hope that you found this helpful, and if it was helpful, then definitely leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more educational content like this one in the future. So thank you so much for watching.